FG Dynamics is a powerhouse compressor, expander, and gate, modeled after one of the punchiest and snappiest analog consoles of all time. Let me show you why this VCA compressor is quickly becoming one of my go-tos. I'm working on mixing some drums, and I just need them to hit a bit harder. So on the drum bus, I pulled up VMR and went to the Brit 4K drum bus slapper preset. Take a listen to what this does. Instantly, without even touching it, it's adding so much punch to these drums. I feel like I can hear the stick hitting the snare and the beater hitting the kick. I'm playing around with the mix knob, and this is instant parallel processing. Makes it so easy to dial in just the right amount. And there's another special feature that I love about this compressor, and in my opinion, it makes it one of the easiest compressors to tweak. The threshold and ratio control an automatic makeup gain. So that means as you're tweaking the threshold and ratio, you have a constant level. That makes it so easy to just listen for the character of the compression and what it's doing to the signal to dial in your settings. Check out these vocals. I'm using the Brit 4K Pro Vocal preset.
I ain't asking for the real love, but you can leave out all the fake stuff. I ain't asking for the real love, but you can leave out all the fake stuff.
Instantly with this preset, I'm getting super clean and polished vocal settings that also help it sit on top of the track perfectly.
I ain't asking for the real love, but you can leave out all the fake stuff. I ain't asking for the real love, but you can leave out all the fake stuff. I ain't asking for the real love, but you can leave out all the fake stuff.
Every nuance of the vocal is brought right to the front of the mix, and that just packs so much more emotion into this performance. Let's go back to some drums and check out some of the many characters of compression you can get with FG Dynamics. One of my favorites is linear release. This is going to give you just a little bit less snappy of a compression. So it's still super punchy, it's just a different type of punchy. Fast attack gives you that super fast VCA style attack, which is going to flatten out the transients a lot more. It's great to hear what it's doing on drums, but I like to use it on bass or vocals anytime I want to really smooth out the attacks. You can hear how with that fast attack, it's pulling the transients back and making it quite a bit less punchy. Hard knee also gives you a slightly different flavor. So with the hard knee on this track, it's making it a little bit more glued together. We're getting a little bit more gain reduction. Now before we leave these drums, I want to show you one other way that I'm using FG Dynamics, and that is the snare bottom track. The gate is so easy to use and powerful in FG Dynamics. I'm using it on the snare bottom. Take a listen before and after. Instantly getting rid of everything I don't want in this track. Let me show you how I set it up. First, I'll turn up the range, and I like to think of this as the strength of the gate, how much it's going to turn down the signal. Then I'll set the threshold until I'm getting only the signal I want to hear let through the gate. Finally, I'll play around with the attack and release to make it sound a bit more natural. Just like that, we've got an easy gated snare. This compressor is also an amazing mix bus processor. It glues everything together really nicely and adds a little extra punch. I've got the solid mix bus preset from Brit 4K loaded up here. Take a listen. Everything pulls together really nicely with this mix bus setting, and it hits just a bit harder too, which is nice. Check out this beat I'm working on. I've got FG Dynamics loaded up on the mix bus of this track as well. I'm using the Brit 4K Punchy Mix Bus preset. This is just going to tighten up the lows in such a nice way, glue that kick and 808 together, and make everything just a little punchier. I'm also using FG Dynamics on this drum loop within the beat here. And this time I'm using the drum bus slapper preset in the Brit 4K bank. Take a listen to this one. Just abusing these drums, but it sounds really cool because it's just making them so much punchier. Now, let me show you another way I'm using FG Dynamics on this track. This time, I'm actually adding back in some dynamic range. I've got a sample here. It's got a lot of big, lush reverbs on it. It sounds really nice, but I want to fit in this other synth part into some of these gaps a little better. So I'm going to expand the dynamic range of the sample. Using FG Dynamics, I can do it very easily. Take a listen. So this is helping clean up some of those areas. Let me show you how I set it up. First, I'm going to turn on expander and set the range. Then I'll dial in the threshold until I see the expander working at the right times in the track. Right there, I like how that fits. And then I'm going to just adjust the release until it sounds natural. So now with that extra bit of dynamic range, I can fit in this synth part a little bit easier. So those are just some of the possibilities with FG Dynamics. You can see it's incredibly versatile and it allows you to get so much punch and snap in your mixes. We can't wait to hear how you use it. Happy mixing. Try FG Dynamics free for a month, plus every other plugin we make, every royalty-free sample pack, the Netflix of synths with the Anna 2 Ultra bundle, every mix template, demo session, and masterclass, all free for a month.